Good morning. Respected Vice Chairman Sahab, Sri Vinit ji, Chief Guest of the event, Dr. Vinay Thakur, our own faculty member of the MDU and reputed Professor of the Computer Science, Professor Gill Sahab, faculty member of the VIPS Engineering Department, and other participants. It is my privilege to speak before you during the proposed conference Building LLMs for India's Linguistic Landscape, Issues and Challenges. The topic is very much relevant in today's era, and as per the changing geopolitical conditions, as per the changing scenarios towards the country, as per the challenging issues, the future will be served by the scientific people only. And over and above, it is very important that we must be capable to develop our own scientific methods. So the large language model is one of the most important core structure which is required for the development of the AI in our society or in our country. So if we take the case of the scientific part of the AI, which is very popular in all the society of all the types of people, where the people are talking about the chat GPT, perplexity, open AIs, large number of AI tools are available for various applications. But most of us means the scientific people who are working in the computer science are using this AI model rather than developing the AI model. So usage of the AI model is a one part. Development of the AI model is the second part. When we talk about the development of the model, it means that we must have an understanding about the basics of artificial intelligence architecture, which is nothing but it is the architecture of the neural network, which we have been studying in our country for last 30 years. And we know there are people who are rigorously studying. But due to in the changing world, all the people are looking towards the easy path for success. And that is the reason that most of our students, most of the researchers are working towards the readily available models. And because of the advancement of the tools, these readily available models are available. But if we try or if we wish to self-sustainability, then it is important that our scientific people should develop their own model. And for the changing world, like for the Indian country, where large number of languages, more than 20 languages are there in this country, so we have a requirement of our own linguistic model. So the basic, when we say the model, it means that model is required to be trained. So basically internally there is only three things which is required, and one of the most important parameter is the neural network architecture, which is based on the feed-forward artificial neural networks. So the understanding of that neural architecture, that how the activation functions are required, transformer is nothing but it is the expansion of those architecture, where you are saying that there is a multiple layers, multiple nodes, or different types of activation functions. So the purpose is to understand the science behind this architecture. I wish and I hope that this workshop, this conference will enlighten the internal architecture of the internal model of the transformer, that how the activation function can be developed, and instead of using of a models which are already available, I expect that we will come forward with a innovative models which will be helpful for the regional languages also. Number one. Number two, this is the one of the good opportunity provided by the VIPS, where they have a very good lab, NVIDIA. So I hope all the participants who are coming outside of this college, they will definitely have a look and see the facility available in the NVIDIA, and I expect they will make the impact on to the organizer, so that they will open their facility for the research activity at their own end. Because NVIDIA, the facility which has been established by this college, is available for the research activity, and as many as people, more and more people will explore the facility available with that tool, because there is no limit. Anyone can access those tools if organizer will allow you. So there is no limit to use it, and with the help of those facilities, because ultimately when you are talking about the development of a small models or large language model, in both the cases we have a requirement of the hardware. So there nowadays, in fact, Intel is providing some sort of a Intel Xeon processors for the small language models, because many of the time there is no need of a generic architecture. When you are talking about, because everyone cannot afford to establish the facility which is required for the large language model, or most of the time large language models are the generic architectures which are used for the multiple languages. But in today's changing scenario, when you are talking about the chat GPT or chat bot sort of things, because most of the website people, they are looking towards the chat bot sort of things. So chatbot requires lightweight. So it is again important part. You cannot deploy everywhere the large language model. It is important that the models which are being developed by you must be easily deployable through the app. In fact, when we have developed two projects, Department of Science and Technology and Department of Biotechnology, they have funded us for the development of the AI prediction models. So it is nothing but it is a large language model, but we can't say it is large language model, because our data sets were the specific to a specific disease and specific plant. Like Department of Science and Technology, who has funded this type of project for the for the tomato only. The later on, the Department of Biotechnology has funded us for the development of the potato, because it is data set is a very critical part, and it is important that we should have a appropriate collaboration, and those models are called small language model, because those cases we are talking about the very specific domain cases. Similarly, when you are talking about the linguistic part, because this is the one theme area, it is important that if you are developing a small language model for the Gujarati to English or English to Gujarati, it is important that when you people are developed, because what is happening in our cases, we are frequently seeing the students doing the project works. What they do, they download some sort of API from Microsoft, Google, and so many things. Ultimately, those Microsoft or Google are the owner it does not belong to this country. It is important. Nowadays, it is changing scenario. We cannot take pride for having a CEO of the Google. It is nothing. If Google does not belong to this country, then they will never come forward when we are in the war conditions. And in the changing scenario, it is important that the institution must belong to this country, this land, rather than having the people who are doing for those institutions. This is pride moment that we are generating those type of talent. That is one part. But second part is also important, that like Google is charging so much money from us. So much in the sense that I just give the code that nowadays in all these our government institutions, most of the government institutions are having a backend. They have a Google servers for the email. It's a simple applications, and we are paying more than 50 lakhs for 3 years for accessing the server of the Google. So the money which they are getting from us, the same money they are using for during the war. So that is a very important part, and we should understand that we should have our own system where our own application is there, and this is the one part that if we will be able to understand that how to develop the language models, what is the neural architecture, what is the activation function, how the machine learning algorithms can be written with the help of the simple script rather than having a packages. Most of the people who are doing the BTech project, MTech project, they are using the packages, they are using the readily available tools, which is very dangerous. So being a faculty, being a researchers, we should encourage our students to do the basic programming in the labs also, in the research also, so that the talent will come forward. So my best wishes to the organizer for organizing this type of event, and I wish the proceeding will also come in a digital format, so that the people will get advantage of the publications being carried out during this conference and workshop. Thank you all.